Hi, social media family. This is Danielle Spencer. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the comments that I've heard in the news this week, especially as it pertains to women and women of color. Hearing comments such as someone being incompetent, being ignorant, unintelligent, and even I heard terms, especially since I've been really paying attention to the Olympics this week, um, the women's gymnastics team being referred to as lazy and not having a work ethic. And when I was hearing those terms, it made me think of a couple of my experiences being a whistleblower. After I made my initial complaint, some of the comments that were made about me and responding to the complaints that I had or the issues that I had raised, I was called unprofessional. One individual made the observation that I did some things well, but didn't do other things well, but couldn't provide any examples or any documentation of this, of my inability to do things well. Um, and one, which was to me was like the icing of the cake. Uh, this one individual said that I had a problem understanding agile accounting. And so I had never heard of that term, agile accounting, um, in my government career. And to my knowledge, it was not a accounting practice or methodology that the government had instituted. So I followed up with the CFO or the Chief Financial Officer of IRS, and I wanted to know, when did we institute agile accounting? And she had never heard of it. And she's like, I never heard of that term. We don't use it. It's not an approved methodology. And she said, but I've heard of it as, in relation to software development, but not accounting, which is because I am IT, what I figured. So I said, well, let me check somewhere else. I checked with the Department of Treasury. Also, let me know when Agile Accounting became an approved accounting methodology for the federal government. They too were like, we don't know what you're talking about. So then I did a FOIA request because I wanted to see policy documents as it related to Agile Accounting. There were none there. And I even followed up with some accounting accreditation organizations, and they didn't have it either. So as I was thinking through that and listening to these comments, what came to my mind is that haters gonna hate. Basically, that's it. People who themselves are either incompetent, uh, ill-informed, or just jealous, uh, they are going to find ways to try to diminish and to just hate on people who are doing things. So what I would, the advice that I would give to anybody is a, you know, don't stop being yourself. If you're starting to attract that type of negative energy, that means you're doing something right. So keep doing you. And for the people, especially if you're parents or you have influence over young kids, uh, really help build up their self esteem. Um, Encourage them in things that they do well, let them know that they're doing things well, because that'll help build their character so they can withstand any of these type of criticisms that they probably get later on in life. And lastly, and I will say I have noticed this also this week, it's up to us, others of other people like you, myself, and the community. When we see this type of bullying or intimidation factors, speak out. You don't have to be rude or belligerent about it, but do speak out and just say that that's not acceptable. Um, we'll never, at least I don't believe, ever be able to stop people from trying to be bullies, but we can make it so that it's not an acceptable behavior. And I think that's what we, as a society, should be focused on, that bullying, intimidation, name calling, and trying to diminish other people's accomplishments, that is not acceptable behavior. That's all I wanted to talk about this week. And by the way, to all of my financial, budgeting, accounting professionals, if you can tell me about agile accounting, when it became an approved accounting methodology, uh, fill out the comment section and let me know because I am very, very curious. Have a great week.